wait a few minutes here and see if anybody pops into the party chat here. Hope everybody's having a good week and is ready for Thanksgiving.
Return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Rams taking the field and leading the way. The man from Cal, the former #1 overall pick, Jared Goff.
I love this guy's makeup. He is not afraid to fail. He attacks on just about every snap. Wants to throw the football downfield first. He'll throw it short if he has to. But bottom line, he wants to put a lot of pressure on the defense with his arm.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun. Gone. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards to pick up there. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
To throw again on 2nd down. To Reynolds. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me,
Hey, Marie. Thank you, sis, for the sub.
2 plays, 2 passes to see if they go back to that well.
Appreciate it. How you doing, Marie?
On 1st down, it's gone. And that is
How was your day?
He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
he did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that.
Hey, Titan, what's going on, bro?
Approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Goff's throw here finds Woods. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Well, it's just been an aerial attack all the way downfield. They're putting it to the defense in a big way right now. What do you think, partner? Do you now run the football? Because they're in a pretty good spot already. The outer edge.
Got some new piercings. Awesome.
You always tell me you're still far enough away from the end zone that a pass could be a good option here, too.
You know, we always talk about
How you doing today, Titan?
people take it away from you. I don't see any reason to stop throwing it until they take it away from you as well.
Alright, let me pull up my topics for today. We'll get started and see if anybody wants to join the party chat. I do have a party chat up on PlayStation. So if you have me on PlayStation, you are more than welcome to join in the conversation that way. Heartless. What's going on, Heartless? Bestie.
Goff throwing again.
Rude boy, what's going on, bro?
Football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and
incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers.
Getting ready for work. That's always fun. Yeah, I worked a short day today. I had to get my son off the bus because he had a early dismissal for Thanksgiving break, so.
The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Alright. So we are going to get started here. And we'll see if anybody joins in the party chat. Like I said, if you don't have me, my PlayStation name is the same as my Twitch. If you guys would like to add me on PlayStation, you are more than welcome. You can join the party chat I have open. Getting ready to start here, Mitch. Alright, so the first question I have for today is, do you like the direction that football is going as far as rules and the way it is played? Me personally, I don't like how where they've been going with it. It's definitely a lot different than what it was when I was playing. It's frustrating for me, the fact that we baby the quarterbacks now. It's very frustrating, especially as a defensive player. That, and then some of the other changes that they keep trying to implement, I'm not sure how I feel about those. It's very frustrating as a huge football fan. So, what do you guys think in chat? Obviously, for those who know American football, that is. If you don't, obviously, that's understandable. You think everybody's getting soft? Yeah, I can definitely see that. It's understandable, Marie. Understandable. It would be the same if we were talking about soccer, because I have no idea, or what you guys call football. I don't understand it at all. Don't watch it.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And that is going to be incomplete.
I watched some rugby during the Summer Olympics this year. That was really entertaining to watch. Like, that looks fun as hell. I like slide tackles. I cannot picture you playing rugby, Marie. You don't look like a rugby person. Not sure what a rugby person looks like, but you don't look like one that would play it.
From the end zone, Tannehill. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him.
All right.
Yards and a first down.
Move on to the next one here. Do you think that college players should be paid? Honestly, I think they should. From what I've seen and heard, most of your college players who are playing for the big schools and have the likelihood of going to the professional, whether it be in basketball or football or, you know, whatever the sport may be, they are not allowed to have any sort of job. Heartless can throw a football as good as Tom Brady. That's awesome. So I think college players should be paid. Obviously, I don't think it should be, millions of dollars or thousands of dollars, but I think they should get at least some sort of pay for that, whether it be to have their likeness in a video game or be able to sell merchandise that has their name on it, and whether it be jerseys or what have you. What are y'all's feelings on that? Yeah, that makes sense, Marie. Yeah, that would be. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. Some sort of like a minimum wage or whatever.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense.
What do you think, Rude Boy?
Pressure that
What are your thoughts on that?
sometimes against it. You can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big game downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Heartless, you're more than welcome to chime in too if you have an opinion on it. Right, exactly, Marie, exactly.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to
There's
get
definitely
after
been
that pass
talks
rush.
of it
It's one of the few things defenses
possibly being a thing where they're going to start paying college players. They haven't talked about what that number or the figure will be as far as that pay, but okay. Yeah, that makes sense, Rude Boy. I can definitely, I definitely see that. Like I said, I don't think they should be, it shouldn't be as much as they would make as, if they were to make it to the pro level. But I think they should definitely be able to get something, whether it be, you know, some of the money from jersey sales or merchandise in general. They should be able to get at least a little something from that. All right. We'll jump ahead to the next one here. Since Texas and Oklahoma are planning on leaving the Big 12 to join the SEC, do you think the Big 12 conference will be no more, or are they going to bring in other teams to replace them? So I don't remember when it is supposed to happen. I want to say it's within the next year or two, but Texas and Oklahoma are going to the SEC and leaving the Big 12. Honestly, I don't see the Big 12 sticking around. Um, I could honestly see the Big 12 becoming kind of a thing of the past. Because I don't know who you're going to bring in that is going to make the conference better or just as competitive. I mean, quite honestly, the Big 12 conference is not really all that competitive at the since for at least like 4 or 5 years now. It's pretty much been two teams running the show in that conference. So I honestly think that the Big 12 just might become a thing of the past. I don't like the idea. I don't like the fact that Texas and OU are going to the SEC conference. I think I'm not a big fan of the SEC. I think they're overrated.
This one's going to get amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Okay. It's a fair point, Mitch. It's a fair point.
Back deep, Khalif Raymond. 35 yards that time on the punt.
Yeah, I could definitely see them
The Titans coming back onto the field.
taking the other teams and
They'll begin with
moving them elsewhere as well.
position than they
Like I said, the only two teams I've heard so far that are leaving the Big 12 are Texas and Oklahoma. I don't understand why they would want to, but
Tannehill. He'll get this one
oh, it definitely could help recruiting. I could see that.
able to get this one down.
It'll definitely benefit.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him
I just don't see the SEC being the conference that is going to be beneficial for the two teams, really. But I mean, I could be completely wrong. I mean, it could be an absolute amazing thing for the two schools, but at this point, I don't see it being beneficial for them.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Draw play. This is Henry. And they see right through that defensively. As he'll be hit and taken
All
down
right.
in the backfield.
So the next one I have
Third and 11.
for any sport, whether you're a baseball, hockey, basketball, soccer, whatever the sport is, who is your all-time favorite player? My all-time favorite player is Derek Thomas, who played for the Kansas City Chiefs back in the 90s. He's the reason that I played.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively.
Oh, you're good, Brew Boy. It's fine. You're cool.
Here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, he played for the Chiefs back in the 90s. He is the reason that I played defensive end when I played football. I grew up watching him. I loved his play style.
Here's Brett Kern now. As he'll kick it away for the second time.
I tried to replicate how he played when I played. He is still the all-time single game sack record holder. People have gotten close to his record, but no one has ever broke his record, and that is 7 sacks in one game. I think it could be broken. I don't know who will or who is capable of doing it. I think it will eventually be broken, but it hasn't happened anytime. It hasn't happened at all. Like, I think the closest person got. I think Second place has 6, but no one has broke the record yet. Rude Boy, I have a feeling you're going to go with, well, if we were just going with football, I would say you're probably going to go with Tom Brady. But I'd like to see who your all-time favorite player is from any sport. Tom Brady and Brock Lesnar. Okay. I am more than okay with that. See, now you went wrestling with your other one. I really was surprised you wouldn't go with the Superfly. So I know back in the day that was your dude. As far as wrestling, my all-time favorite wrestler is Ultimate Warrior. The person that got me to play Reggie White. Might have to explain that one, bud.
Now Goff on first down. That's complete to his tight end Higbee. 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call
Oh, okay. Okay.
go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because if you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Right on, bro. Right on. But yeah, if I had to pick a wrestler, my all-time favorite wrestler is the Ultimate Warrior. Scott Hall. Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice at all.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works.
Baseball, if I had to pick one, if I had to pick one in baseball, it would be Bo Jackson. Nothing wrong with that. Hold on, I gotta try something. Yeah, that's a no.
On 2nd and 7, Goff, and that's caught left side. It's Woods.
Yeah, I can't pick one for hockey just because I don't follow it. Miguel Cabrera. Right on. Trying to think of another sport that I have like a favorite in. Can't really think of any though.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create.
In basketball, I liked some players in basketball. I mean, they all played for the team that I liked, but I don't necessarily have a favorite player for basketball. Now, if we're going to go with like what they call amateur wrestling, my all-time favorite college wrestler is Brad Varing. If you don't know who that is, he did wrestle in the Olympics 2 separate times. Neither time did he place. He didn't get a medal or anything. But I actually personally know him. Um, my dad coached him as a kid in wrestling, and um, he also helped me when I was doing wrestling when I started when I was 3. But as far as a college wrestler, he is by far my favorite. I've my parents actually have videotape of me wrestling around with him. Um, so it was very cool to see, someone close to my family actually being in the Olympics.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this
The only other
instance,
thing I got
they're able to
on
twist
here
it
as far as topics is just another. It's just the open discussion. So
to do to pick up a first down and
uh,
change up on that
we
play.
could continue talking about favorite players or whatever. So if you guys have any questions, yeah, it is pretty cool, Murray. I mean, it sucks that he didn't get a medal or anything for going, but the fact that he went to 2 separate Olympics was pretty cool. Um, do you guys have any topics you'd want to bring up? And we can talk about it.
On first down, it's Henry. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other.
You don't know.
Some confidence
Right on.
there. They gave up a
Um,
significant run, 6 yards.
I do have another cool story that it's not. I mean, it's funny more than it's necessarily cool. Um, there was a defensive back who played. There was a defensive back who played for the Buccaneers a few years ago now. Um, but he went to Shippensburg University, which is a university that's fairly close to where I live. Um, he used to come into the Walmart that my dad worked at, and at the time my dad was an assistant manager there. He actually threw him out of the store, and then not too long after that, we ended up seeing him on TV during a football game. And my dad would sit there and laugh all the time. He would see that guy come up on the screen and would always have to bring up the fact that he threw him out of a Walmart or kicked him out, essentially. What is the sports show called? I've been calling it Taco Bout Sports. Asian did make me a channel on the Taco Society Discord, so there is a section dedicated just to the sports show. Rude Girl's doing wrestling now. That is awesome, bro. Now I really do wish I lived closer because I could give her all kinds of tips and tricks. I did wrestle for many, many years. Started when I was 3, and I think I stopped wrestling when I was 14.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. On the return comes Webster. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. On the return, the Rams take over 1st and 10.
So they had has she had her first tournament yet, or they still just? All right, Sosa. You can either chat in here on the stream chat, or you can pop into the. I have a party chat started on PlayStation if you want to join me on there. Thank you, Marie, for doing the shout out for me. Appreciate you. Right on, Sosa, right on.
Get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
I mean, I hope you're not going to poop in my party, though. I mean, if you want to pop into the party, that's cool, but we don't need to poop on anybody. I'm just playing, just picking on you, bro.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Akers. And he is met quickly in the backfield.
Wait for Sosa to get in here, and then I'll run down the questions with him real quick.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Oh, there you go.
The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw, gone. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Daquan Jones. In there to drop it for a 6-yard loss. And that
Yeah, I'm actually taking the day off tomorrow. I'm supposed to been in going to work here this week and getting the kitchen cleaned up so that we can close up shop officially for the winter. But I'm not going to work tomorrow. I'm taking the day off.
So he's on to punt it away. Fighting down past the 45. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a first down.
Yeah, I get that. I'll actually be going back to work on Friday myself. But Friday and then through the weekend, and hopefully by the end of my shift on Sunday, I should be done. Well, that's at least the goal, anyway. Doesn't help that I've been doing a lot of it by myself and haven't had any help to get anything done, so. Rude Boy, has Rude Girl had any wrestling matches yet, or any tournaments that she's gone to? Or are they still just doing practices and stuff? It's your birthday soon. Oh shit. Yeah, still got a couple weeks yet until my birthday. Not yet. Okay. Cool. Wish I lived closer, man. I would totally go to those wrestling matches with you, man. That'd be fun as hell. My birthday is December 8th. The day after yours. Oh, that's crazy. Big Bad Dirty Dog, what's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping in, man. So that's what we're about in here, Big Bad. Loving tacos, bro. Loving tacos. Trevor Tiller. First time chat viewer. First time viewer. Welcome. If you're a sports fan, I'm currently doing a sports talk show, so we're just kind of just talking about sports and various things about it. Yeah, dear God in heaven, if my team signs Jason Garrett back again, I'm going to throw something.
His confidence should be sky high.
Yeah, we didn't play very well this past weekend. But, yeah, then I saw that Jason Garrett got fired, and so, what's going on, man?
Yo,
I saw you pop in. But yeah,
yeah, what's up with it?
if we sign Jason Garrett back after he just got fired, I'm going to be pissed.
Oh, you're a Giants fan, huh?
No, hell no. Your
Oh, you
boy's
talking about Dallas? You talking about Dallas?
your dude is a Cowboys fan, bro.
You talking about Dallas firing him? Oh, but there's another Garrett that got fired out of the Giants. Offensive
Jason
coordinator.
Garrett. Yeah, offensive coordinator is Jason Garrett, who used to be the head coach of the Cowboys.
Okay. Anyways,
Oh,
yeah, I
right.
heard about that. Big Bad Dirty Dog said something to me about that.
Yeah, he just put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you hear any of the questions, or do I need to run back through them again, bro?
Run back through those because I have no clue what the questions are.
All right. So the first one we did was, do you like the direction that football is going as far as rules and the way it is played?
Bro, if it could be 2000 or 2001 again, I would love that.
Right,
I feel like now the refs are just, bro. I'm gonna give you a good example. I'm a Vikings fan. Okay.
Okay. Touche. Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm a Vikings fan. There was a season about 3 or 4 seasons ago where we almost went to the Super Bowl. First time ever Super Bowl. We got a lot of championships, no Super Bowls.
Right.
If it wasn't for the refs making that call, we would have went to the Super Bowl with Brett Favre.
Yep.
And had it been 5 years prior, that call would have never been called. They would have let them play ball.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
Agreed.
Bro,
It's gotten soft, man.
bro, what? It's not even football anymore. It's like, okay, I could understand basketball because basketball's always been like that, but football's turning into basketball now. People are fall on the floor and they'll get the fucking. Oh man, I remember when you could truck stick real crazy in football.
Right.
And I get the helmet to helmet thing. I get that.
Absolutely.
You know,
I'm perfectly fine with that. I have no issues with that at all. I have an issue being a former defensive player myself. The fact that we can't touch the quarterback no more drives me crazy.
That makes no sense, bro. How do you get sacks?
I was like, I mean, when I played football at practice, the quarterback always wore a red jersey.
Yeah.
They wore a red jersey that indicated don't touch them because we don't want to get them hurt in practice. Okay,
that's
fine.
Practice, though. Yeah, that's practice.
They might as well, during a game, put the quarterback in a red jersey because it doesn't matter. I mean, you get called for roughing the passer if you land on top of them.
Yeah, no, that's out of pocket. That's out of pocket. I mean, I ain't a lot. I stopped watching football avidly because of some of the changes they've had. Like
Right.
I get the blocking the pass when you hit the arm. You
Right.
know, I get that.
Right.
But if I'm a defensive player and they're doing a shotgun play, I break through the line, bro. I want to be able to destroy that quarterback. I don't care
Right.
how much he's worth. I don't care how much money you're paying him. I want to break that man's soul. And that's
Right.
just because that's part of the game to me.
Yep. I mean, we used to have a thing when I played where we were told by our coaches to separate the man from the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. I was a tight end for a little bit, and a running back.
Okay.
And I used to listen to what the defensive, boys would, because we all be together.
Mm-hmm.
And they would tell, literally, our coach would tell them boys, I don't care what you do, but you take off limbs. That's
Right.
all you have to do. Take off limbs. I don't care what you got to do.
Right.
You know? and that was the love of football. Like, it's the contact of the sport.
Right.
That's the point of it, you know. And I get where they break it down and they be like, hey, okay, these things are too acceptable. We get too many. Like, I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of injuries this
Oh
season.
yeah.
There's a whole
But that's
lot
part of the game.
But I mean, I've seen seasons where, half the team is gone. I remember that.
Right.
Like, damn, no, boy got hit hard last year. He's out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now you stubbed your toe. You're out for a week.
Yeah.
And that's just, I don't know, man.
So
I don't know.
So question 2 was, do you think college players should be paid? Now, I say that with the caveat, I guess, if you will. College players, if they are at a school, no matter what the sport is that they're playing, if they are having the opportunity to possibly go pro from their university that they're part of, they are not allowed to have any sort of job to earn a paycheck or what have you.
No, I think they could get a job. I agree with it. Like, you have a regular job until
Right.
you do you. But as far as like sponsorships or like, I don't listen, because then you get, okay, because college is a big sport.
Right.
And college is a big sport. I'm from New York, but I live in Florida. I'm a Gators fan, though. Always been a Gators.
Right.
So my thing is this. Imagine college football where they're allowed to get sponsored by, they know that this guy's going pro. So you got, let's say, the Cardinals. You got Arizona, like, oh, here's a few thousand to throw this game. Don't worry about it. You're getting drafted by us anyway.
Right.
That's where the sports betting gets, crazy. Because how do you track it? How do you track it, bro? You can't.
Right.
That's. I still stand. I'm old school when it comes to sports, bro. That's how I grew up. College players should not be getting paid. Period. There should be no one coddling them or giving them shit.
I think they should be paid. Obviously, I don't feel that they should be paid millions or thousands of dollars. Like, they should be able to at least collect something from merchandise sales, whether it be a jersey that has, they can actually put their name on, or something like that. I think they should be able to get a cut from that. But I don't want them getting, millions and thousands of dollars just cuts.
No, because they, like I said, then you get guys coddling these players and then throwing money out.
Right.
You get a lot of bias then. Because then,
right.
Okay, let's say we run Dallas. You own. I'm the coach. I come to you. I'm like, look, I want that fucking guy from Alabama. I want him.
Right.
Give me the budget. I will send the check. You're gonna be like, okay, send the check. If you can guarantee the pick.
Mm-hmm.
Send the check.
Right.
Send the check.
Exactly. Next question is, since Texas and Oklahoma are leaving the Big 12 to join the SEC, do you think the Big 12 conference will be no more, or will they bring in teams to replace them?
I don't know, but that's a tough question because I was watching Alabama lose. I was with the most glee in my,
I think all of us were, to be honest, bro.
Bro, I'm sitting there like, yeah. So I'm watching Alabama lose, and I'm watching the ticker because I'm watching all the other teams. My team got anyway. We're not gonna get into that. So I'm watching the ticker, and I'm thinking to myself, because they the ticker brings up the news, and I saw that they said that. I think that certain teams shouldn't be part of the SEC, and I'm explaining why.
Okay.
The SEC is one of the that and the two other conferences are the toughest conferences in college football. If you're not a ranked team every year, I'm talking about high ranked, top 10,
right?
All national, bro. You shouldn't even be having the conversation about joining those top branches, bro. You shouldn't be having. And then, to be fair, to throw those two in to another conference and then throwing two random teams into the Big 12 changes the game dramatically. Because Big 12 is another big conference, bro. It's a big. That's not a joking. You got some big names in there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you throw in some teams that's never been playing with these teams in this division. Then you get massacres. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
It's a selection thing. I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Big Bad in chat says they will definitely bring in 2 more teams. There's too much money at stake. I can definitely see that. I don't know who they would. I don't know who they would bring in to replace Oklahoma and Texas. I personally don't like the idea.
That's a hard question, though.
I just don't like the idea of, because I'm an OU fan. I'm a huge Oklahoma fan. I don't like the idea of Oklahoma going to the SEC. Granted, I am also a person, because of the fact that I like the Big 12 and I like another team in the Big 10. I honestly don't like the SEC. I think the SEC
here we go.
I think the SEC is overrated.
Oh wow!
Wow. And I will give you a prime example. So Alabama is currently number 3, I think, in the new rankings? Number 3 or number 4?
I could check. I think they're number 3 now. Yeah. Or no, yeah, they're number 3.
Okay. So they're number 3. They have 1 loss. Oklahoma also has 1 loss. Now, Oklahoma has played some pretty decent schools all season long. Like, our schedule has been pretty solid. Who the hell has Alabama played?
Okay. I mean, they've played some teams now. Come on now.
They have played some.
Don't do that.
They have played some. But a lot of their schedule has been no-name schools. And then they demolished them.
Right, and that's how they get the high. That's how they get the high numbers every year. But we're not. That's why I was happy they lost.
Right. But
yeah,
okay,
Kenny's right. Kenny's right. They barely beat Florida. You're right.
Right.
You're right.
I mean, another thing is like I have a big issue with the fact that so Alabama lost, and they dropped. I think at the time, they might have dropped maybe 4 or 5 spots from where they were. Oklahoma lost to a ranked Baylor team, and we went from 4 to 13.
So we're talking bias here, is what you're trying to say?
There is a bias towards the SEC. Everybody loves the SEC, and I don't think they need the hype or the their schedule doesn't dictate. Oh, we should definitely give these guys a boost. Like, I think they get overhyped. I think they're overrated. Like, I don't see what is so special about the SEC compared to other conferences.
Let's do it like this. As we're having this conversation. What conference in college is producing more NFL players at this moment? Or let's do in history. Let's do that. Let's talk about that. Let's have that conversation.
Right. Now, don't get me wrong. I will say Alabama has had Florida.
Yeah. Both Florida.
Georgia. Both. All of them. They all have awesome players. And they will continue to have really awesome players. But the scheduling for the SEC and the scheduling for other conferences are not on the same level.
Okay, and you know what? I'll give you a bone there. Because of what I've seen out of Alabama this year. It's been pissing me off. That's why I'm so happy they lost.
I think, quite honestly, Cincinnati should be getting way more talk than they are right now.
Whoa.
Cincinnati is killing it right now. They've only lost 2 games in 3 years.
Yeah, but still.
And they've destroyed all of their opponents.
I think the SEC gets the hype it gets because of the NFL players that they've produced.
Right, but that shouldn't dictate what they get ranked or where they are. Like, it should be dictated by who you've played and how well you've played against those schools. It shouldn't be determined by, okay, well, this school's had, in the last 5 years, they've had 20 NFL stars. Like, that should make no difference in their ranking. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. I'm gonna be. Like I said, you said, why did they get so much hype? That was the question.
I did.
I was giving you a
Fair
good
enough
example. They have made historic players. Now, if you talk about Big 10, Big 12, and any of the other conferences, you got one or two here, one or two there.
Right.
But in general, a lot of the big name players are coming out of SEC, man, and that's just the fact of the matter, man. And nobody can say any different.
Right. I also agree with what Big Bad just said in chat here. That's the problem with college football scheduling. These big teams may have one or two tough games, and then the rest is cakewalk.
Well, then,
I can see that.
But that's another thing too. That I'm gonna address that if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
The way the scheduling is for a lot of the schools is this, right? You get the one or two tough games, the divisionals, the rivalries, right?
Right.
That gets the crowd, right? But then you have all these other schools that need airtime, that don't get enough airtime. So what they do is they schedule it so that every school gets to play, some of those big games.
Right. And I get that. But those games should be, at least for me, if you're going to play some of these smaller schools just so that they get that, they get recognized for, being playing this team or whoever it would be, then those need to be at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It shouldn't be week 9 of the season. You're playing some no-name school, a.k.a. Alabama. Because they just did that this past weekend. Now, as you can tell, I can't stand Alabama. But
bro, we're on the same boat, bro. Same boat. A lot of people hate that. It gets a lot of hate for Alabama, man. Good ass school though. Good ass fucking school. I give them.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Fucking Nick Saban kills it, but I just can't stand him. Yeah. Now, I also have an issue with the scheduling thing myself. Like, they shouldn't be making their schedules 3 years in advance. Because they already know what their football schedule is 3 years from now. Like, that's stupid to me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of the things is, you don't know the football schedule until damn near the season starts.
Right.
You get it like two or 3 months in advance. I agree with that. Knowing your schedule 3 years in advance is crazy.
Right.
It's crazy. And I've always thought that it was crazy, but then at the end of the day, it makes sense because of the amount of schools.
Right.
Like, there's only, 16, 17 teams. There's 16. No. 16 games. Anyways, there's only so many games in a season in the NFL. But you think about football, how many games are getting played on Saturday?
College is the one that knows their schedules that far in advance. The NFL doesn't. The NFL doesn't get their schedule until like a few months before the season starts.
Right. What I'm saying is there's too many teams not to do that, is what I'm saying.
Right.
There's too many teams out there. There's too many games going on.
All right.
So it makes sense in a way.
It does make sense. I just don't like it. But
hey man, it's one of them things, bro. It's give and take.
Right. All right. So for any sport, who is your all-time favorite player?
Bro, y'all might crucify me for this, man. Y'all might crucify me. I got top 3.
All right.
Right. Oh man, Dan Marino.
Kenny Nick's tape says for him it's Patrick Ewing.
I like Patrick. I like Patrick, but I like Kareem more than Patrick. I'm gonna tell you, I'm a Sixers fan, so
You're a
Kareem,
Sixers fan?
yes,
Oh, bro. Woo! I found another.
yeah, I'm a Sixers fan. I've been a Sixers fan for a long time.
Now, I'm a Sixers fan, but I don't follow basketball like at all. So
I follow it, not as much as football, but I follow it. I'm a Sixers fan, so I love Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest to do it. Fucking Dan Marino. He doesn't get. I'm sorry, no rings, but
he. Oh,
come on,
I
man.
get it. I get it.
Work ethic.
Oh, that dude killed it.
What work ethic? Work ethic. And then you're gonna laugh, but I'm a big Sammy Sosa fan.
I mean, I would laugh if it wasn't for the fact that I kind of figured that just based on your name, bro.
Yeah, big Sammy Sosa fan. That's why I might get crucified for this. Big Sammy Sosa fan, bro.
So as far as football, my dude is Derek Thomas.
Ooh.
Like that was my dude. That's who I emulated when I played as a kid. Like that was my dude. And the fact that his single game sack record still hasn't been broken is amazing to me.
No, I don't think it ever. Like, what's the number? It's just high as fuck though.
It's 7. 7 sacks in one game.
I don't think it's ever going to be broken. You know how hard it is to break that line in football.
The closest he almost broke his own record. He almost tied his own record. He got 6 in one game.
Yeah, that's a lot, bro. In one game to do, like in one game.
Yeah, that dude was a beast, man.
Big beast, like Gronk status.
As far as baseball, I'm a Kansas City Royals fan.
Royals?
Yes, sir. I'm originally from the Midwest. I'm actually.
I've heard that one.
Yeah, I'm actually originally from Nebraska, so I personally know Rude Boy. I personally know Visions. Like we all used to hang out and chill and whatever. So growing up in the Midwest, I grew up a Kansas City Royals fan. I used to go to my aunt and uncle's house, and we would drive right past the Chiefs and the Royals Stadium on my way to their house.
I got a Chiefs hat sitting on my wall that I wear all the time.
But as far as baseball, my all-time favorite player would be Bo Jackson.
That's the first time I've heard that. You got some interesting picks, bro.
Yeah. Basketball, I'm also a Sixers fan. I would probably have to go with Dr. J.
Ooh, that's a good pick. I thought you was gonna go with like Wilt or something. You know Wilt. Listen, people don't talk about Wilt Chamberlain enough, y'all. That man still has records to this day that will never be beat.
Oh yeah,
never. So that everybody knows. If you don't know who Wilt Chamberlain is, go Google that man. You will see that he has long-standing records that will never be beat. And I gotta take this damn Chihuahua outside.
Now, as far as another, like this dude, he's gonna take like the top, like he is like, as far as I'm concerned, the best there is. Yeah. A lot of people aren't gonna know who this is. Most of you probably have no idea who I'm talking about. He wrestled in college. He actually went to the Olympics twice. Like he went to back-to-back Olympics. But his name is Brad Varing.
I don't know who that is.
He wrestled for the University of Nebraska and then transferred to Iowa and wrestled for them. But I actually personally know him. My dad used to coach him when he was a kid in a youth wrestling program. And then I actually used to wrestle around with him. There's actually videotape somewhere of me and him just fucking around on the wrestling mat, just shooting the shit and whatever. But
so let me ask you a question: would he whoop your ass though? Like you gotta tell the truth.
Oh,
when you wrestle with him, would he whoop your ass? Like is one of them type of friends? Like, oh, I would let you win.
He was like, he's probably at least 10 years older than me.
Oh yeah, so yeah, he would
So
laugh.
yeah, like now he would let me win just because I at the time was like 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like we like it was cool as shit to like watch the Olympics when he was in there and be like, holy shit, like I
Yeah,
know
I know
him.
the guy. Yeah, no, I get it. I
The
get it.
only,
I have a friend.
the only thing that
I,
sucked was is he didn't get neither time did he get a medal, but the fact that he was even there was just like cool as shit for me.
yeah, no, I had a friend who ended up going to the Colts.
Oh,
He
right
wasn't
on.
like he wasn't a good friend, but he was like a guy I had dealings with. We spoke. I've been to his parties. Went to high school with him, and he ended
Right
up
on.
going to the Colts. Yeah, he ended up going to the Colts. He don't play for them no more, but
Mm.
he played a couple. He played there with Peyton.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
And the
but
other thing I told in here was my dad actually kicked out of a Walmart a player who was in the NFL.
no, he did not.
Yes, at the time the guy who used to play for the Buccaneers, like I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. He played for the Buccaneers. He was a defensive back, and the university that he went to was Shippensburg University, which is actually pretty close to where I live. It's like
Yeah.
45 minutes away from my house. My dad was working at the Walmart as an assistant manager, and he came from school right to the Walmart and started being a dick in the store, fucking around, like doing all kinds of stupid shit. And my dad actually physically kicked him out of the store.
Oh, that's cool.
And then, like a few months later, next thing he knows, he's watching the Buccaneers on TV, and he's like, "Son of a bitch! I kicked that motherfucker out of my Walmart."
Oh, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. No, it was like that for me. Okay, so the player's name is Bob Sanders.
Okay.
Bob Sanders. He's from PA. When I moved down to PA before I moved to Florida, I went to high school down there, and I knew him, but I didn't know him.
Right.
I guess he doesn't play for him no more. But when I saw him get selected,
Mm-hmm.
bro, I was like, yes, but we're gonna get all the women, bro. What? I'm sitting next to this nigga, bro. I said, next time I see this nigga in the club, we're partying, bro.
Right.
And that's how it happened like that, because we ended up in VIP together. But that's one of them things you're like, oh shit, somebody personally goes, you're like, oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool as shit, man.
It's one of them good feeling things. Oh man, oh snap, I just dropped the controller.
And then my dad also told me, so there's a referee in the NFL, and I don't remember what the referee's name is now off the top of my head, but my dad actually played him in high school. The referee was a quarterback, and my dad was telling me, he's like, he saw this guy, and he was like, hey, I played him in football. I sacked his ass. So there is an NFL referee running around that my dad knows because he fucking tackled his ass.
That's awesome. That's fucking that's it's one of them, like I said, it's one of them things. It's a good like it's one of them things like, damn, look where we came from, now look where you are, type things.
Right.
But listen, I gotta take this chihuahua outside because it's crying. I got my dad a chihuahua for his birthday, so I'm gonna take this chihuahua out, and then I'll be back if you're still on.
I think we're actually gonna end it there for today.
Okay.
But we will do
me.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for stopping in.
Of course.
Great discussions. I will come up with some more topics for next Thursday. So we typically do the show on Thursdays at 11 p.m. Eastern. So I think we'll end it there for today, for this week's episode. I want to thank everybody for coming in who popped in to chat. Thank you, Monkey Tart, for stopping in. Kenny Nix Tape for stopping in. Appreciate you guys. Rude Boy, Heartless, Marie Angel, Big Bad Dirty Dog, Sosa. Thank you all for coming in. It was a blast. We had fun. And I will come up with some more topics for next week. See y'all later, guys.